My name is Nicola Palmer, and I serve as the Director for Library Services here at Northern Caribbean University. And I have with me some team members, and those individuals are individuals who work with library services, work very hard to serve our stakeholders, primarily our students, but also our faculty and our staff. And I have online with me some individuals just now, and I'm going to, as far as they're able to ask them to open their cameras so that you can see them. I'm looking just now at Mrs. Natalie Knight. She is our systems librarian, and she is here at the main campus in Mandeville. Beside her, as you see the faces up here, is Miss Denisha Douglas. Miss Denisha Douglas serves as the librarian at the Eastern Regional Campus that is in Kingston. And for those who are not here in Jamaica, Kingston is our capital city, and she is serving there in the capital at the Eastern Regional Campus. Miss Denise Hunter, another D, is our cataloging librarian, and she's also here at the Mandeville campus, the main campus, and she does a lot of the background work in ensuring that the works that we have on our shelves, the works that we have in our e-collection, these works are there for you to see. We have also Miss Marcia Dawkins. You may see her name highlighted in our participants. She is our technical services librarian, and she also does a lot of almost all of that work that you see that exists once you see them come out into public services. She does original cataloging, because a lot of the works that are written in the West Indies and about West Indians, they may not be appearing in any other catalog in the world. So Ms. Dawkins' job is to ensure that the West Indian works and works that are created here at the university, works that are created within the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Jamaica and the Caribbean are cataloged for retrieval. We have also Mrs. Hortense Riley, is our public services librarian and reference librarian. And you may not see her just now, but she is the individual who oversees anything that is public facing. And we talk about public facing, we're talking about reprographic services, student labor, reference services. So she is the one who mediates between the user and the library. So there are other members of the team who will come on. There's Mr. Michael Humphrey at the Western Regional Campus that is in Montego Bay. There is Ms. Tamara Marshall, who serves the St. Anne's Bay campus, and that is in St. Anne, one of our parishes in Jamaica. With us also is Mr. Andrew Gooden, a lot of the students who are on the main campus in Mandeville, and those who are elsewhere around the island would have interacted with Mr. Gooden, because he is the one who fields the queries in terms of finding online resources for our students and our faculty members. So these are the individuals who serve here at the Harris Waters Resource Center, and that is a formal name for NCU Library. We are also welcoming our Vice President for Academic Affairs within the United Student Movement, Ms. Marlene Campbell, and she is the one who pulled this thing together and ensured that we had this opportunity. We are just going to leave that now, and we're going to go straight into our first presenter. And our first presenter is from the ProQuest Information Group, and she is Millie, and Millie's going to give us her full name as she comes on, and she's going to be presenting on the resources that are within the ProQuest database. And after that, I'm going to invite Mrs. Knight, our systems librarian, to look at the NCU website, or new Harris Waters Resource Center website, so that you can see some of the new features that are on the website and that we can use our time expeditiously.
Today, we're going to be talking about the ProQuest databases subscribed by the Northern Caribbean University. And these are two databases, the Education Collection and the ProQuest Dissertation and Thesis. But before starting with all this information, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Millie Bugarin. I'm a training and consulting partner for ProQuest Caribbean, and I'm sharing with you on screen my email address in case you have more questions or doubts after the presentation. Feel completely free to contact me. I'll be pleased to talk to you directly. What are we going to be looking at today? There are mainly four things that are quite important for you to know about ProQuest and the subscriptions at NCU. In this case, the first thing we're going to be looking at is the content. What is the documentation and the content you can find within the education collection and the ProQuest dissertation and thesis as well. Second of all, how to access these very valuable resources from ProQuest. The third one would be to search and what are the options for searching within our platform. These two databases are hosted in our ProQuest platform. And the fourth one would be to manage your information. Some tips on how you can manage your information by creating folders, creating an account within the ProQuest platform. So that's the fourth thing you need to know about the ProQuest resources subscribed at your university. And the first one, as we mentioned, is access to the resources. So as Ms. Palmer already mentioned, it's very important for you to always go through the library website, which is the HRMS Walters Resource Center. You are already familiar with this link. And the first thing you need to do is to go to the Resources and Services tab and select the databases. It will display all the list of databases subscribed by your institution. In this case, look for the ProQuest logo, click on it, and you'll be directed to the both databases subscribed. And after doing so, you'll be prompted to authenticate as part of the community, academic community of the university. If you don't have these credentials, please make sure to contact support, as you see on the red chart below your screen, and the library will be pleased to help you with it. Okay, so the first database that we'll be talking about today is the Education Collection. So the Education Collection provides access to ERIC, which is the leading index for education research, in combination with the full text education database. Together, they provide abstracts, indexing, and full text coverage of journal articles. Education Collection includes two databases, ERIC and the Education Database. Together, they provide abstracts, indexing, and full text coverage of journal articles, books, book chapters, dissertations, working papers, and more, including full text from hundreds of leading education journals. ERIC is the world's most widely used index to educational related literature. It was established in 1966, and it is supported by the U.S. Department of Education's Institute of Education Sciences. ERIC is also the largest education database in the world, containing over 1 million records of journal articles, research reports, curriculum and teaching guides, also conference papers and books. And the Education Collection adds further value to this already impressive database. The collection incorporates full text from ProQuest Education Database, including over 1,000 full text journals and 18,000 dissertations, supporting research on the theory and practice of education. So as you can see, you have a very deep and complete resource within the Education Collection. Now, the second database we're going to be talking about today is a ProQuest dissertation and thesis global. This is a database, as you can see, that includes dissertations and theses, also available in full text. But something I would like to share with you first is the good reasons why the dissertations are valuable sources for academic research. Just keep in mind that in order to graduate, the theses and dissertations must go through an extensive review process. So they are peer-reviewed literature by definition. They test and present new trends and ideas. They provide more coverage than journal articles. They often provide the only research literature on common topics, and dissertations include up-to-date literature reviews with extensive bibliographies. They also feature more extensive research data, and this is quite important. If you're not such an experienced researcher, or this is the first time you'll be working on a thesis, for example, they give examples of expected writing style and formats. And it's very important for us to consider it's not going to be the same format or structure of a thesis, that one for a music and arts, for example, subject, then another one for computer careers or nursing. So these are great examples and help for you to support your research and become more familiar with the structure of these works. And they also uncover recommendations for future research. So how to search within our ProQuest platform? The most used search option, especially by new students who are just having an approach to these type of resources, is a basic search that you can locate on the left upper side of the ProQuest platform interface. These will be very familiar to all of the users since it is the same as the Google search box, as you can see. And well, hopefully after this event, and all the information that the vendors here today are going to present to you, well, we'll have less users searching for information within Google, now that they are going to know all the databases with academic content that your library subscribes, and that have already gone through a meticulous review and curation process so that the content really contributes to your research, especially considering that these are the resources that university students should use for such purposes. But the ProQuest platform also has other options to add value to your search experience and to broaden perspectives or support different user profiles, such as those that are more experienced and with greater knowledge of search strategies. These options are the advanced search, search by publications, or browse by subject and other document formats. We also have this tab for you to look at all of the databases that are subscribed, ProQuest databases subscribed by your institution. Just remember that the education collection contains two databases. So you can look at this list and decide in which database you would like to search. In this case, we're only going to look at the advanced search, since it is one of the preferred search options for our users. It reduces the number of steps to refine your search and narrow the number of results. Advanced search allows to search for a word or key term within a specific field, such as no full text, title, search an author, also if a company, a person, or a location are mentioned within a document, among other field options. In this example, I'm going to suppose I'm a student for the nursing career. So I am interested in retrieving dissertations and theses that provide research on patient care for the nursing career. So I am searching for nursing in the document title, as you can see on your screen. This will mean that the word nursing will show and be retrieved from the title. This is, for me, giving me the opportunity to be more specific, or as specific as desired, when it comes to the main focus of my research and the subject of that research. And as you can see, there are many options available in a drop-down menu. So for my second to search, I selected, title, just display in order to show you all the other field search within the field options that are available. And the second key term that I'm searching for is patient care. So for the nursing subject, I would like to retrieve dissertations and theses that talk or present studies on patients care. Also, below the search boxes, there are two additional facets available for users to refine their search. In this case, for the subject, nursing, to refine by type source. Remember that according to the content of the database, in this case, it would retrieve me results from the Proquest and dissertations and thesis global database. So as you can see, I have two types of sources available here, which are the master's thesis and the doctoral dissertations. So this will depend, the information shown will depend on the database you are searching. And then there is an option as well to refine by language. Most of the scientific and academic production, research production is published in English, but you can also find some documents in different languages. So here you have the menu if desired to select a different language besides English. Once we define our search limits within the advanced search option, we click on the search button and we will be directed to the results page. This page shows a list of all the documents that match our search criteria. On the left side, you will always find the filter options available to continue narrowing results. And in the central panel, you'll find the results with the highlighted title and the basic information of the document that allows us to make a quick review of those that might be of interest. This is a way also to save some time because you have like a preliminary reading of all these documents or revision of all these documents. It also provides valuable information such as if the document has been cited, if it has a complete list or includes the complete list of references, if it's available for download in full text as a PDF, and even if I can order a printed copy of it. Remember that we're talking about the dissertations and thesis database. This option for ordering a copy will always only be available for this type of source. Once users select the title of his interest, the platform will direct them to the reading page of the document, which is this one. The reading page allows the user to read the abstract and full text of the document and also has options to translate to other languages or activate text to speech. So I believe we have over 40 different languages you can select in order to translate both the abstract and the full text of this document. And as we mentioned, the text to speech option, which also allows us to be more inclusive with different profiles of learners and well, support these causes. It will also show in detail the information that we saw previously on the results page. Here is available the link, you'll find available the link to the list of references and the link to the list of documents that are cited or that I citing, this work. You will also find tools to download, cite, share, print, among other options. For better information management, we recommend creating an account within the Proquest platform, as we will see on the next slide. So if you desire to save your documents permanently, it is very important to create an account. And it is very simple. You only need to select the profile icon in the upper right part of the page and fill out the short form with your email and create a password. And with that, you create the account. The advantages of this is to being able to save your selected documents permanently, or at least until your research period is completed or you decide to delete or remove these documents. To save searchers, these are the strategies or the searching criteria that you use in order to retrieve those results that were important or of value to your research. To create alerts, these are notifications that you will receive in your email, letting you know when a document that matches the same search criteria you used is added, a new document is added to the platform, and that might be of your interest. And well, also to customize your preference on the platform. And in case you were working with RefWorks, which is our citation manager, you can link your ProQuest account to the citation manager account as well. And here I'm sharing some links to additional materials as the ProQuest Leap Guide, where you can find more information, materials in different formats, such as online modules, PDF, PowerPoint presentations that are ready for you to download. For example, if you're a part of, a librarian, or if you are a lecturer and you would like to reply training with your students or your users, you can feel free to download the PowerPoint presentation that's already there for you. Use it as many times as you need. And also we'll look at some other information with tips for search, advanced publications, all the different searches we saw, and additional information. Also links to the YouTube tutorials, for example. So everything's here at our Leap Guide. So the invitation would be to look at it, to become more autonomous. I'm sure you will find most of the frequently asked questions, the answer to those questions there. So please look at this website as well. And then the link to the support center. The support center, this is in case you are experiencing any technical issues. You open a case or a ticket and you get in contact directly with the technical support team, and they will help you with your queries. And last but not least, again, my email address, training@proquest.com for further training. And I would like to close by, well, giving a few minutes to go through your questions. But before doing so, I'm going to share in the chat this link. This is a link to our service survey. It would only take you 2 minutes to answer it, but for us, it's very important to have the feedback of what your experience during this presentation was, your comment on what would you like to see in future presentations or training sessions, if there's something you would like to focus, if you found this information of value to your search from now on within our platform. So I'm going to share this in the chat, and please let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to look at those.
Millie, thank you very much. I hope you're hearing me.
I do. I am.
And I thank you very much for your presentation. We recognize that you had to go 100 miles per second, but we understand, and we are letting you know that we will be calling on you individually for individual classes so that we can share with our faculty, our staff, and our students just what the power of ProQuest is. So we want to thank you for that. And because we want to be as efficient as possibly making up time, we just want to thank you. And I'm sure that individuals will quickly do the survey. I'm going to ask you to, and Griselle will be in touch. I'm going to ask you to make Natalie Knight host. Please pass on the host privileges to Natalie Knight so that she can come on and do her presentation.
So I'll be giving a quick tour of the library's website. And the library online is located at hwrc.ncu.edu.jm. And here on the library's website, we have links to general information, history collections, opening hours, frequently asked questions, and for our resources and services, we have links to our databases, the catalog. You can get research help online and other online resources. We have a contact us page. So if you click on that, if you click on our contact us page, you will see our staff directory. And if you scroll to the bottom of that page, you will find a query form. So if you put your name, your email address, and the subject and the message, it will go to the library's email, library@ncu.edu.jm. Now our presenters, one presenter has already touched on one of our databases. The other presenters will look at the other databases. So I will just quickly go to the link, Catalogue, and the catalog will show you what the library has in its physical collection. So if you want to visit the library, you're able to catalog. So here we are. Our librarians have been doing a lot of work in the background trying to get full text material linked in the catalog. So if you do a general search, view online, you will see all the materials that you're able to view full text online. And currently we have 249 items there. But because of my slow connection, I will just move on a bit. So the information that you can get here includes information from the government of Jamaica. So electronic resources and also information from our NCU archives. So it's the electronic form, electronic NCU archives. So you can go and explore that. I also want to show you the mobile view of our website. Right, so we realize that some persons might be viewing using their cell phones. So our mobile view, or this is our mobile view. And for the mobile view, when you open the page, you will see these 3 lines. You have to click on them in order to see the menu. So you will not see the links across the top of the page on your mobile devices. And here we go. Register with us. That's another important link. When you click on register with us, you're able to register with the library online. So there's a form there that you complete and submit. So as students, as patrons, you're expected to use your NCU ID number, your NCU email address. So institution ID, that's the NCU ID number. So the required fields are displayed in bold font. Then you click submit. So if you've completed the form, submitted, and you're not so sure that you've actually registered, you were not paying keen attention probably, you can go to the online catalog. So you would go to resources and services from the website, click on catalog, and you will try to log in. Log in with your student ID number and your surname that you've put in that registration form. So here where you have login, this is where you will test to ensure that you have registered. We wait. At the very top of the website, on the main page, we have our social media links. So we have YouTube, we have Instagram, we have LinkedIn. We have a link to the main page of the university's website. We also have a link to the Orion system, the student management system, and my page is unresponsive, so I'll move on. So you can go on those, click on those links in your own time. And see what we have there. The YouTube page covers how-to videos, information that help you to use the library, how to access the library's databases, online, that kind of information. And if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Hiram S. Walters Resource Center, you will find that as they're published, you're able to access those videos and get the latest information that we provide. And that is, in a nutshell, a short tour of the library's website.
Thank you very much, Natalie. Natalie, our systems librarian here at the Harris Walters Resource Center. Want to thank you very much for that. And I know that there are individuals online now who never knew of the depths and some of the opportunities that are available via the library's website. So now persons are more aware, and we want to thank you for that. And as you move on, Natalie, I'm going to ask that you provide Tutila, yes, with host privileges. And our next presenter, ladies and gentlemen, is Tutila Argo, and she's there with her teammate from Emerald Insight, and they are just going to walk us through a bit of what the Emerald Insight database has to offer. And I'm just letting you know now, though, that individuals can reach out to us here at the library. I'm going to ask Natalie to put the library's email into our chat so that individuals can reach out to us with any query, any situation.
Good afternoon, everybody. Ms. Palmer, Ms. Knight, thank you so much for inviting us, first of all. So yes, everybody, thank you for attending this mini session. So Tutila and myself, we're going to walk you through Emerald and why Emerald has the resources for you to be able to do your research. And then Tutila, she's going to show you how to navigate the platform. So just bear with us. I believe, Tutila, you're going to show up some slides up on the screen. I don't think I have the rights to share my screen. Okay, something's starting to appear. Great. All right, so without further ado, so Emerald Publishing, we are a UK-based publisher. We've been around for a little bit more than 50 years. And we publish mainly in the fields of business, management, strategy, anything management really. But we also have very good collections in the areas of education and also of engineering. Okay, so currently we publish more than 300 journals, but we also publish ebooks, case studies, which are generally speaking used in business schools. And then we also have expert briefings, which are analysis of global events happening around the world. But we're going to focus on journals because that's what the library currently gives you access to. And then if we move on to the next slide. So this is just some of the areas that we cover with the journals that you have access to. Currently, I believe you have more than 200 journals. And just like I said, we are mainly publishing in areas of management. So we have for you resources in the areas of accounting, business, education, engineering, health and social care, that's very relevant nowadays, HR, information and knowledge management. We also have marketing, logistics, public policy and environmental management. And important for Jamaica, of course, tourism and hospitality management, which I know is now going through a dreadful period, but I'm pretty sure that pretty soon tourists will recover, tourism will recover. And just some very topical areas that you can find information on. For example, in the areas of accounting, there's agricultural finance and rural development, for example, that we touch on with our journals. In the business management and strategy, we have innovation and entrepreneurial strategies. In education, vocational education and training, for example. In marketing, we cover artificial intelligence, amongst others. Logistics, well, very relevant, the green supply chain. And if we move to the next slide, some other topical interesting areas that we touch on is the public policy, climate change, of course, disaster risk management, I think very timely. Again, the tourism and hospitality area that we focus on, the health and social care, with special focus on, for example, public mental health, and so forth. So again, we have all these journals available for you all, and in all these different areas, which are very topical, very timely right now. So please do enjoy access to all these journals that you have access to through the website. And I'm going to pass over to my colleague Tutila, and she's going to show you how to find this information in our platform Emerald Insight. So go ahead, Tutila.
Thank you, Guido. I will turn off my camera for a minute just because my internet is very slow at the moment. But good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for the invitation. I will use my last 10 minutes to do a very quickly presentation and show you how to use our main search tools. So these are our platform. To make sure that you have access to our content, the name of your institution must to appear in the welcome message in the top of the page, in our home page. If you are seeing the message welcome guest user, you need to go back to the library homepage and use your remote access with your credentials. So you can do a register in the platform or do your login if you already have a register. So now I am being recognized. So the first tool that I want to show you is our browse, where you can find our content, all our content. So the books and journals that we publish right now. So you can filter just for journals that you have access, and you can select some specific areas, for example, tourism and management. So you can mix the areas and see the content you have available on this area select. So I select business and tourism, and I have more than 100 journals on these areas. So you can also know our books or have a look on our case studies or expert briefings, or you can have access to you can know all our open access content. You have access to a lot of content on open access. It's very low here. So through the browse, you can know our content. Okay, let's go back to our home page. You can use the basic search to do a search. So I will do a search using the keyword fake news. As you can see, the platform show me some books and journals that have this word or this letter in the title. So I will make a search about fake news. And these are my results. I can filter using the tools from the platform. I can access only the content I have access. This tool is very important to you. I can access all the Altmetrics. That is a tool that we have available in some of our articles that help you to have a notion what everybody's talking about this content in the social media, on the internet. You can also filter the content and see just the only open access content. You can filter by period. You can also filter by type of content. So you can filter and see just the articles. Let's see article web page. This is the article that I accessed. Here I can see 6 articles similar to this. I can also access the PDF. I can see the author, the affiliation. I can access the page of the title. Here is the title page, the journal page. I can see all the issues. I can do a search in this journal. I can see the early site content that there are the articles that are waiting to be published. If I am an author, I can know more about this title, accessing about the title. I can see here the rules for publication. I can create alert from this title and know about the new issues when it was be published. I can also access the advanced search and do a more elaborated search, for example, professional qualifications. Sorry. And I can specify where I want to do the search in the title and the abstract and the author name and the DOI. I can select what type of content I want to search, I want to find. And I can specify a period or a type of content. For example, I can do a search just in the content I have access to. And I can do the search. And again, I find my results. And if I like these results, I can save the search. And when I return to the page and do my login, I can find my saved search here. Okay. So that is everything that I had to present today. If you have some doubts, I will put sorry, I will include my, stop sharing. I will put my email in the chat so you can find me. And I also will include in the chat the webpage on where you can find our user guides. So thank you for the attention and have everybody a fantastic day. And again, thank you for the invitation. Guido, do you want to tell something on?
Thank you, Tutila, for the great session. I hope that everybody has a better understanding of how to access all the journals that we have about the management areas, education, and so forth. So yeah, Tutila shared the link as well to the tutorials, and the library can help you, of course, if you have any further questions on how to use Emerald Insight. And also reach out to us as well. Tutila has put her email address out there as well. So thanks once again, everybody, and over to Nicola. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicola. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Kudo and Tutila, for coming to us today. And we know that all of this, I can say out loud that it was short notice, but you still came through for us. Are you hearing me? Right. You did come through for us, and we want to thank you. And I know that our students who are online and our faculty who are online just now are a bit more comfortable, at least seeing the interface and seeing what the interface looks like and how they can navigate in that interface. And Tutila, I'm going to ask that you make me host so that I can pull on our other presenter, who is coming from Ebsco Host, and he is no stranger to NCU and to the Harris Waters Resource Center. He's Damian Satterthwaite, and he has consented, just as how you did, to be with us today and to share with us how we can navigate also the online resources for the databases. All right, so let me know. I am host now, and thank you again. And do stay online if you wish to. Damien, I am going to welcome you on, and
thank you.
Let me also pass over the hostship to you so that you can do what you need to do.
One moment, Ms. Palmer.
Go ahead.
There's a question in the chat from Alric. And he's asking if NCU students currently have access to the site. I think he's talking about Emerald and all its material once they are registered.
Thank you, Alric, for that. NCU students do have access to the site in a limited sort of way. And the reason why I'm saying limited sort of way is that aspects of the site, we don't subscribe to all the content presently. But once they are registered, yes, they have access to the site. If they have their ARN username and password, they do have access to some of the back issues that go up to 2018 and some of the issues that are in open access to TILA. The open access resources are very helpful and they are always there. So the quick answer is yes, they do.
Yeah,
Thank you for that.
I would like to add to that. I believe you have access to over more than 200 journals. So there might not be from 2021, but definitely up until I believe 2 years ago. So it's more than 200 journals and thousands of articles. So, but also, yeah, check out the open access content that we have available as well. Yeah, thank you.
All right, so that's the response from the man himself. Damien, it's your time. Damien is the Caribbean representative for Ebsco Host, and we know that NCU students do love Ebsco Host. And today, Damien's focus is on the ebook collection of Ebsco, because we recognize that our students need to be more aware of the ebook collection that is there and how they can make use of it. Your turn, sir.
Thank you so much, and good afternoon to everyone. I'm about to share, as Ms. Palmer mentioned, information on Ebsco's resources and specifically ebooks that are on the platform that you have access to. I'm going to try to ensure that I go through not just relatively quickly, but comprehensively through a PowerPoint as well as through a live presentation or demonstration of how you can access those resources and download them. So first and foremost, let me say thank you again to the members of the NCU family, the library, students, faculty who are on. My name is Damien Satterthwaite, and I am a member of Ebsco's Caribbean team. My contact information is there, and I'll put it again at the end should you have any questions that I did not answer today. You already know that this session is being recorded, but please feel free to use the chat to add any questions during this session that I'll try to answer. The technical services librarian, Ms. Knight, already stated how to access the resources that are available. So once you go on the site, and by the way, I should have asked, is my screen being shown? I hope it is. Please let me know in the chat if it's not.
It is.
So, great. So once you're on the library's webpage, there are quick ways to get to the resources through a quick search link on the middle of the page, or when you click on resources, as Ms. Knight showed, you'll see a list of databases and you'll see that Ebsco link there. I know Ms. Palmer mentioned that many of you are already familiar with this, but just in case you aren't, I just wanted to highlight that. Once you click on those links, you typically are going to be asked to authenticate into the resources. So this is where you must have the login information in order to get in. But once you're logged in, you're typically, if you went through that quick link search, it will direct you to sort of a discovery page where you have a search box that looks like this. And if you were to type in search results, and by the way, I'll do this live in a second, so you'll see this. If you were to type in a search term like engineering design, you're going to see those results appear based on that search. And by the way, I noticed that the library's logo, that link was broken. It will be fixed by the end of today or early tomorrow morning. So here you'll notice in this particular search on engineering design, it will say I have about 2.5 million records. And at the top of the record list, coincidentally, when I did this search, there is a library record from the catalog, like what Ms. Knight mentioned. I'm sorry, thank you. Let me just stop this. It seems that I'm not in full presenter mode. My bad. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, folks. So allow me to just fix that in a second. Why is this not in full presenter mode? And slideshow. Okay, for some reason here, I'm just having a little bit of difficulty with this. I'm sorry about that. It's showing that it's in presenter mode on my end, but I think it may be coming up not in presenter mode on your end. So I'm hoping that you are still seeing my screen. I'm going to stop sharing in a second, and let me just do that once again to see if I can get that to work. Sorry about that, folks. All right, in the interest of time, let me probably go to this live. So I'll bypass some of these slides in a second. Hide presenter view. I hope that's better. So here it is where you're going to see, we were doing a search, engineering design. You're going to see the library's catalog content that your librarian just shared a few moments ago, Miss Knight, where those results are going to come up within the search itself. What will also come up, you'll notice, are ebooks, and those will come up along with the journal information that you have access to. So that journal content may be publications from academic journals from many different providers. If you're familiar with going through this present using Ebsco's resources where you have to select a resource, this is the link that you're probably familiar with. And you'll notice when you do that, you'll see that search all academic databases. If you go in and do the same search, so if we went in and that's the page where you'll notice featured ebooks are scrolling at the bottom of the page. If you did that same search, engineering design, again, the same results will come up. The only difference being in the first search where we did using the discovery service, you had about 2.5 million results. In the second search, it is only searching Ebsco content. So it's not searching additional content that may be outside of Ebsco. And this is why there is that difference in number. But focusing on ebooks, if you were to click on that ebook that you saw displayed, what you're able to see are the titles. I'm sorry, what you'll be able to see are the resources that are available. And let me just stop my video for a second so my bandwidth will be a little bit better. So when you click on a book, typically it displays the description, the information, whatever content that's relevant in that title. You'll also notice that this detailed record will show information that it didn't previously have. For example, the number of copies that are available with that title. That information includes, once you open or click on the link to the book, it will show the permissions and availability in terms of how many digital copies does the library have for you to be able to utilize. And once you open the book itself and you click on the title, Many of you are familiar with, let me go back a quick second and I'll show this. On the right-hand side of the page, you'll see those list of tools displayed. Things like add to folder, Google Drive, do I want to print or email? Those list of tools will display for every detailed record, whether it's an ebook or an academic journal that you're in on the Ebsco platform. When you're in the ebook itself, however, and you click on the book to display the contents, those tools will now move to the top of the page. So all of the same tools that you're familiar with that would have displayed on the right will be shown at the top, including linking to your Google Drive, adding this resource to a folder, and so on. So you'll always have that ability to do that. In the Ebsco ebooks, you also have the ability to search within the books directly from that ebook itself. So you're able to find titles that may be relevant based on the searches that you're doing within the book. So here are just examples of that, where the number of words displayed, or I'm sorry, whatever topic searched within the title will be shown, and they're all hyperlinked, so you will be able to go directly to that area in the book. In ebooks as well, you'll notice that you have the ability to download individual chapters of the book. So you have the ability to actually click on in that ebook record, those, for lack of a better word, down arrows, where you're able to download those chapters as a PDF document. And hopefully I'm going to be able to show that in a second as well. You also are able to download the entire book. Now, if that book is a DRM-free title, it means that you do not need to use something that's called an Adobe ID. And I'll talk about that in a second to demonstrate it. However, if that book is not a DRM-free title, you will need to have an Adobe Digital Editions account, which I'll show as well, or you can use the Ebsco ebook app. So if you're downloading books on your smartphone or tablet, you can go to the Ebsco App Store and download an app that allows you, and these are screenshots of that app, that allows you to see the book or download the book to your device. So the app is available in both the Google and Apple, Android and Apple app stores. It will say Ebsco as the app itself. So just type in Ebsco in your mobile device and you should be able to see this. Once you download the app, it will give you a start screen that says you can get started, and from there it will ask you to find your institution. You can use geolocation by clicking on that, use my location to find libraries near to you, or you can type in your library or institution and search by name there. Once you are authenticated into the app, you'll be able to download titles directly, or you'll be able to search your content directly. And this is not going to just search ebooks, by the way. It's going to search all of the databases that you subscribe to through Ebsco. So you're going to see both journal content and ebook content. But specifically with ebook content, you no longer need an Adobe Digital ID to use the Ebsco ebook app. So just like we saw on the physical page, you'll see once you select a book, by clicking on the book title, you'll be able to see the number of copies that are available for that book. You'll be able to download that book if as needed. Now, here it's asking you to create an account. And this is if you did not already create a folder on the Ebsco platform, you'll be required to create a folder in order to download titles. And I'm going to show that hopefully in a quick second. I know we have limited time for today's presentation, but hopefully I'll be able to do it very shortly. When you're downloading a book, you should be able to see the number of days that the library allows for that book to be borrowed, and you can choose a variation up to whatever the limit is that the library selects or allows. So you can see in this case, this library allows 84 days. The NCU library may certainly do something less. Once that book is on your mobile device, you should be able to scroll through the book and read the book in the same way that you're able to do so online. So these are the screenshots again, showing that you can view that book online blow it up, read it, all of the things that you would normally do when you're using your desktop or your laptop computer. Okay, so I know you may have questions. I went a little bit quickly, but I'm going to stop for a second, and then I'm going to see if I can do this live for you. And hopefully I'll just have a few, I know we just have a few more moments. Now, because I'm going to use my library, so I don't have to recreate in the interest of time. I won't have to go through some of the full downloads very quickly. I see a few persons may have raised their hand. Please feel free to just unmute yourself, ask the question as I'm going through this demonstration.
Yes, good day, sir.
Hi.
Mr. Damian. I came on late, so I was asking if there's a link to this video so I could watch it over to better understand.
Great question. Thank you for asking. I believe the library is recording this session and they're going to make hopefully this recording available to the participants. But please, if you're not able to get that information, just go directly to Ms. Palmer, Ms. Knight, or any of the other persons that were introduced earlier today as part of this review.
If I may, Damian, if I may, this recording will be available on the library's YouTube channel, Hiram S. Walters Resource Center. So it will be uploaded afterwards.
Okay, thank you so much for giving that feedback. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm doing the same search, and the only reason I'm doing this on my library is I'm going to do it on yours as well, just to highlight the physical process that I just mentioned. So here I'm doing this search on engineering design. I'm sorry, I'm going to make my screen larger so you can see. If you do that search again on the library's portal, we were doing the search on engineering design, I think, and you can certainly use the Ebsco platform to search for, oh, I was logged out. Oh, sorry, I think my access to your library was open for too long. So forgive me, let me just quickly log back in to your library. And I don't have an easy proxy account, so this is why I'm doing it through this method. So just logging in with, you have to use your own easy proxy credentials, as I mentioned. I'm sorry, your library's credentials. I think they are Arion, or please consult your librarian for that. So engineering design. So the only reason I'm replicating this is just to show that it's going to be the same content that you're going to get. So here, I showed in the search online, I did this. Here you have the library's catalog, books are coming up and so on. And the reason I'm switching over to my library is because I created a folder on my library's page. So I'm going to show exactly what that is. So here, you have the ability on the Ebsco platform to limit to results specifically. Ebooks will come up within the search criteria, but you'll notice that when ebooks come up, you also have the ability to limit just the ebooks if you wanted to see only ebooks and not all of the journals and other resources that are available as part of that search. There are some books that I mentioned before are what are called DRM free. And what DRM free simply means is that it has no digital rights management. So for example, if you went and downloaded this book, here's this as an example, it says you can download this book, you can get the full download, and it's going to download it as a PDF document. This is an example of a title that should be available DRM free. I think I disabled my video, so it should, right, here we go. So it shouldn't have taken so long. So that title comes up in full as a PDF document. And here it is opening, I can read the entire book. Now, not all books are going to be DRM free. Some books are going to require that you create an account to log into that title. So what that means essentially is that when you click on this option to say full download, it's going to say, oh, that's not an example of one. Let me do another. Here's one. So if I click on this title, it will say you must sign into your Ebsco account. Now, what's this? Essentially, what this is saying is that at the top of the page, you'll notice that there's a sign in button that says that you have to sign in. It's not asking you to sign in again to the subscription like you did at the start with when you use your area on credentials or the credentials provided to the library. This is asking you to create your own personalized folder on the Ebsco platform. And once you create that, your own personalized folder, that title can be downloaded to essentially your own folder for viewing offline. So you would not have to be online again. When you click on that link, it says, do you want to sign in with Google? Meaning you can use your Google credentials, your Gmail credentials, or you can create credentials to log in. In order to create credentials, you'll notice it says you must create one here, and you would create those credentials. In the interest of time, I already did that for myself, which is why I'm using my library. And your credentials is just something typically very simple that you would create. And once you have done so, you should notice here that now I have the ability to download that book. Because I clicked on sign in, it should now pop up again with the option to say I can download that book. It's going a little bit slowly. I'm not sure which one I clicked on. This was one. So now it's saying I have 7 days to download this. I'm sorry, my library is allowing me 7 days to read this book. It's saying that I can download this for my computer, my desktop, or I can download this for a mobile device, meaning the different versions of this particular book. Not every book will have a PDF and EPUB version, so sometimes this option will be grayed out. Essentially, let's see if I can find one. Here's one that has both. So if I go in and click on this, it will say, do I want to download this for a mobile or a desktop? And it doesn't matter which one you select. Here, it is asking you, do you have an Adobe Digital Editions software? So what this is saying, because I'm downloading this on my computer, it's asking me, do I have a free software that's made available by the same persons that provide Adobe Acrobat for your PDF reader, called Adobe Digital Editions for ebooks. And that is something that all publishers use. So if you have an Adobe Digital Editions account, you can view ebooks from almost every publisher globally and on most platforms. So this is universal and freely available. So if I go in and click here, this is now saying I am downloading this book into my library. And I started a few books today where I was reading some on COVID-19, but I just downloaded quite a number of books just to show you that Ebsco ebooks, there are both popular titles that are available as well as titles from other vendors. So I hope that gives you a quick synopsis. I know that we're past the time. I'm going to put back my contact information here. Oh, sorry, Ms. Palmer was raising her hand. Ms. Palmer, can I?
I was just saying, Damien, that we are out of time. So even as you put your contact information there, we are thanking you in advance.
Okay, so my email is there again, just to, oops, sorry, it was just downloading the book. So it's showing that I can now view the book on my computer. Sorry about that. So here it is, my email address, dsatterthwaite@ebsco.com. And obviously you have all of the members of the library team who are there able to assist you should you have any questions as well. And hopefully I will be able to interact and do this session, a more detailed session for the members of the school community and the library at the direction of the librarian.
Mr. Satterthwaite?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, forgive me. You know, the EBSCO host is great. It's just know that with the students now, you see there are specific textbooks that their lecturers are going to ask them to read, and these textbooks are not necessarily located in Ebsco, in Ebsco, for example. You understand? And I'm probably guessing that some of these textbooks are not there because of the concern about the rights of the author and the publisher in this respect. I mean, I can give you an example because I just searched for a book, Controlling Stress and Tension, and of course it's not in the ebook collection, and I'm probably guessing why. What would be the solution there?
Great question, Mr. Humphrey. So essentially the question, are all the books that maybe your textbooks are required reading, are all those books in your library's collection? And the answer, as you just pointed out, is probably not. The textbook collection or the ebook collection that you have provides over 200,000 ebooks. And those are academic titles on all subject areas. So it's a multidisciplinary collection of titles that the library has acquired to support the general research needs of students and faculty. There, however, may be examples where specific titles are not available. And sometimes it may mean that the title itself may not have been acquired, or it may mean the title was not available on the Ebsco platform for acquisition. And that's because sometimes not every textbook is available through the library's platform, on Ebsco's platform, where you can have multiple users accessing the same book at the same time. So,
yeah.
If I may, and I'm going to ask Mr. Humphrey, and I am happy for that question and the response that you have given, Damien. And we are inviting our lecturers to look at the titles that are within the ebook collection to see how far they can adopt some of those titles for recommended reading and so on. So we just want to thank you, Mr. Satterthwaite, for coming on today. And you have seen in the chat that persons are saying excellent presentation. And we will invite you again, along with our other vendors, to do more intimate training as our faculty and staff and students request via their lecturers. So that will be forthcoming. So we want to thank everyone for staying on. And I'm seeing that our participants, for the most part, have held on. What I'm going to do now is invite our Vice President for Academic Affairs from the USM, United Student Movement, Ms. Marlene Campbell, to just give us our closing remarks. And thank you very much, everybody.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Ms. Famo. I just want to say to everyone who has stayed throughout the entire meeting, thank you so much for joining. I really hope you, the students, were able to, take something from today's workshop and, apply throughout your academic journey so that your academic performance can be much better. I want to thank the presenters also for presenting and for doing an excellent job. So just thanks to everyone who came out today. I really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to great things from all of you. All right, thank you so much, Ms. Bama.
Thank you, Ms. Campbell. And to everyone who stayed on, blessings, and we will do this again. Please remember that the library is here at your service, both physically and virtually. All you have to do is to drop us a line at library.ncu@library.ncu.edu.jm, and you can contact us there. And from us here at the library, please take care, stay safe, Damien, you and your family, and to all our presenters who came on, and all our faculty and staff and students, we appreciate you coming on. Please have a good rest of the day.
Thank you as well. Have a great day.